Good day, guys. My name is Michelle, and for today's video, we are going to talk about our self-esteem. But first, I'm going to ask you to list down all the things that you like about yourself and the things that you don't like about yourself. You can comment it down below. I'll give you a minute for that. Alright guys, we're done. I'm pretty sure karamihan sa inyo mas marami ang nailista sa mga katangian na ayaw nyo sa sarili nyo kaysa sa mga bagay na gusto nyo sa sarili nyo. So in this video, we'll know why do we find it so hard to appreciate the good in us and so easy to spot the things that we don't like about ourselves. So if I'm going to ask you, what is self-esteem? Again, you can comment down below your ideas. We all know that self-esteem can sometimes refer to as self-worth or self-respect, and it can be an important part of one's success. Too little self-esteem can leave people feeling defeated or depressed. It can also lead people to make bad choices, fall into destructive relationships, or fail to live up to their full potential. In psychology, the term self-esteem is used to describe a person's overall sense of self-worth or personal value. In other words, it is how much you appreciate and like yourself. It involves a variety of beliefs about yourself, such as the appraisal of your own appearance, beliefs, emotions, and behaviors. Self-esteem also often seen as a personality trait, which means that it tends to be stable and enduring. Let us now ask ourselves, where does self-esteem come from? Our self-esteem develops and evolves throughout our lives as we build an image of ourselves through our experiences with different people and activities. Experiences during our childhood play a particular role in shaping of our basic self-esteem. When we were growing up, our success and failures and how we were treated by the members of our immediate family, by our teachers, coaches, religious authorities, and by our peers contributed to the creation of our basic self-esteem. People with low self-esteem often feel unlovable, awkward, or incompetent, according to researchers Morris Rosenberg and Timothy J. Owens. Also, they have fragile sense of self that can easily be wounded by others, and they tend to be hypersensitive. When you have healthy self-esteem, it means you have a balanced, accurate view of yourself. For instance, you have a good opinion of your abilities but recognize your flaws. When self-esteem is healthy and grounded in reality, it's hard to have too much of it. Boasting and feeling superior to others around you isn't a sign of too much self-esteem. It's more likely evidence of insecurity and low self-esteem. When you value yourself and have a good self-esteem, you feel secure and worthwhile. You have generally positive relationship with others and feel confident about your abilities. You're also open to learning and feedback, which can help you acquire and master new skills. With healthy self-esteem, you're assertive in expressing your needs and opinions, confident in your ability to make decisions, able to form secure and honest relationships and less likely to stay in unhealthy ones, realistic in your expectations and less likely to be overcritical of yourself and others, and you're more resilient and better able to weather stress and setbacks. As you can see, many factors can influence our self-esteem. Inner thinking, age, any potential illnesses, disabilities, or physical limitations in your job can affect your self-esteem. We all had problems with low self-esteem at some point in our lives. It is mostly because we tend to compare ourselves with other people. We focus more on the things that we can't do rather than the things that we can do. And this is where we start doubting ourselves. When I was in high school and experiencing puberty, I had a hard time figuring things out. I became really anxious of the way I look and really sensitive and easily get upset. I've become really insecure. And especially, this was also the time when I started questioning my sexuality. All of the things that I was going through, the changes, my friends, and everything that's happening in me, good or bad, all of those things have affected my self-esteem. Being constantly criticized by my own family, friends, and society slowly stripped my feeling of self-worth. At dahil din dun, bumaba rin yung kumpiyansa at tiwala ko sa sarili. I think little of myself. I get to the point where I don't want to be with people too much. I isolated myself because I believe people will always judge me for who I am and that I will never be good enough for them. Some people says that high school is the happiest experience in their life. But I guess we all have different stories about high school. Well, for me, it wasn't the happiest, but I learned a lot of things. I can still remember vividly the things that I went through when I was a teenager, and I believe it was almost 2 years of always doubting myself until later on I wake up and I realize this is not the life that I want to live, and I better change my dynamics in the way I see things before it's too late. I just got tired of being sad for nothing, being alone and not doing anything when I should be going out and making friends. I realized that instead of taking the bad experiences negatively, why shouldn't I use it to be better, to do better? Because at the end of the day, if I will choose to be like this, I will always suffer. It wasn't easy at all. I told myself that I will take things one at a time. As day goes by, I didn't realize I was already making friends, but also I made sure that I'm surrounded with the right people. And these people genuinely supports and love me. I made sure that my relationship with them are healthy for my well-being. I start recognizing my strengths, weaknesses, and what to do with them. I finally embrace all of my insecurities, my flaws, everything, and this is where I learned how to finally love myself. Changing isn't a bad thing, especially when it's helping me to do better. I become more kinder to myself and to people around me. I stopped seeing life as a competition, and I started to appreciate myself, my abilities, and everyone. We all are going through tough times, so we need to be kind and manifest positivity. Insecurities, doubts, and low self-esteem will not get you anywhere. So if you're going through the same thing that I went through when I was in high school, please get up and change your ways. It is not others that is making you suffer. It is yourself, the way you value yourself. How can others love you and appreciate you if you can't give it to yourself? Life is so precious, so love and live it with joy and positivity. Stop dwelling on the things that is not good for you. People's opinions shouldn't matter. What matters is how you see yourself, how you value yourself. And always remember to believe and love yourself because no one else will.